I was just saying, congratulations on the race win. I was musing to myself, Adrian, whether you would have won as easily without the very impressive upgrade package that you and your team brought here this weekend. It's impossible to know, really, isn't it?
Well, we know what performance it theoretically gave as far as we can...
What was it?
No, I'm not telling you that bit. And as far as we could see from the pressure sensors and the load cells, then it delivered what it said on the tin from the wind tunnel. So it was a small step forwards. Yeah, I think this weekend would have probably been okay anyway. But we all know this is going to tighten up, so we just keep pushing.
It's the first time I've had an opportunity. Sorry, I'm holding this Honda flag. I don't know why. I was just in credit to Honda, your engine supplier, who is, of course, a home win for them as well. First time I had an opportunity to say well done on this car. And I did ask myself in Bahrain, when you've made so many changes to already the most dominant car of recent history of last year, the RB19, and it looks so different. I know you might say it's not so different. And you've made a step even further. It's boggled my mind as to how you've done that. Please explain.
Well, I mean, it's a credit to all the guys back at the factory, obviously. We've got a tremendous team of engineers, and then that spreads through to the whole organisation, and their enthusiasm and drive and creativity is what you see here before you. Really, the sort of architecture of the car has stayed very similar. Okay. Third generation since 22. Right. The kind of aero principles which you now see on this year's car compared to last year's, it's a route that we were taking really since early 22, and it's just a more extreme version or route down that same path.
Okay. And that's kind of the stuff that we'll never see, which is in the floor and the beam wing and the diffuser and all of that stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Well, the whole principle, including the top body, which is kind of extending a principle that we really started to push quite hard last year.
Amazing. Well, listen, it's you've another one too. So all I can say for you and your whole team is hats off once again.
Thank you.
Congratulations and enjoy whatever you're doing next.
No, well, thank you, and well done to everybody back in Milton Keynes.
Indeed so. I'm sure they'll be watching. Thank you, Adrian, for that insight. Magnussen did a great job. Slightly awkward. I'm saying Io about his race. Kevin Magnussen did a great job on a one-stop to get very close, and you ended up, Nico, with 5 seconds off a point.
Exactly. No. I think we didn't start this weekend very well, and then if you look at our FP3 pace, both low and high fuel, it was nowhere. But the guys made decent changes, and the qualifying Nico was brilliant. And today, I still had a question mark, about our race pace. But yeah, it's really good. And then considering this circuit really exposes our weakness in terms of car, if we can do that here, that's very encouraging. It's really like, I don't know, I got mixed feelings because I'm so frustrated. We could have got P10. Nico's second start was terrible. And then, and then Kevin didn't qualify very well. But even if we can come back from that, almost be P10, P11, that's encouraging. So I have to take positive out of that.
Indeed. Well done. I wanted to go back into the look, the kids are now doing the tyres.
Yeah. Excellent. They now wants to come to Shanghai doing some tyres. Yeah.
I want to go back into pit lane to see if the crowd is now applauding and watching the race replay, but I don't think they are. But did you enjoy at least your first Japanese Grand Prix as team principal?
Look, the support here is amazing. So it's really, we get lots of positive energies from seeing these people, interacting with these people. So it's been brilliant. Thank you.
Great. Well done, Io. It's Komatsu is the silent U here, isn't it?
Say again? Komatsu is what?
No, I was talking about a silent U, whether it's the U is not pronounced on your surname.
Komatsu.
It is pronounced?
Yes.
It is pronounced. I got that wrong. Okay. Io, thank you very much, the team boss of Haas. And that is the Japanese Grand Prix done and dusted from the notebook. Thank you so much for getting up early and watching us throughout the weekend. And join us again in a couple of weeks' time for the Chinese Grand Prix. It's a sprint weekend, if you didn't know already, from Shanghai, China, the 19th, 20th and 21st of April. The replay is next, but from us, all the team here in Japan, thank you and sayonara.
Sky Sports F1.
The Mercedes AMG Petronas F1 team have had some great days at the Suzuka circuit over the years. Was today one of them?
No, today wasn't. We ended up where we started. I think it was just very difficult. We had a second and third stint that was super quick. Would have been racing for a podium, but an atrocious first stint. We need to find out what it was. Was it too hot? Were we over-managing?
Talk us through the strategy calculations. You were trying for the one stop, effectively a one stop, and at what point did that not become possible, and how much would that have late conversion onto a two compromise things, if at all?
I think it was the right thing to do at the beginning, and because it looked pretty stable in terms of lap times, they weren't pulling away too much, let's say the direct competitors, and then it suddenly dropped to like 2 seconds a lap and then 2.5 seconds a lap, and by that moment it was clear that it wouldn't last.
Okay, is this have you learned anything this weekend? Is this a circuit-specific thing? Did you expect to go well here?
I think it's much better than it looked at the final result, and also in qualifying there's lots that we have learned, and it's going to get better from here.
Okay, so what kind of circuits are you looking forward to? Might the car go well at?
No, we need to be quick on all circuits. There's no excuse on temperatures or track layout. We just got to sort it out, and that's why, I say this is live testing for us. We've changed things massively. Isn't reflected in the result, but I think the car is becoming quicker.
Okay, will we see you in China?
Yes, of course.
It's a sprint weekend as well, so more learnings. Thank you very much, Tought.
Australia well and truly behind you and come back to winning ways.
No, it was great to bounce back, obviously, with a 1-2 finish here in Japan, Honda's homeland. So, yeah, great performance, great drive from Max, and also Checo, again, putting in a very strong performance. So, yeah, the best possible, bounce back.
Christian, well done. I get the feeling that Max could have won by quite a considerable more of a margin than he did. But leaving that aside, Checo's had a good weekend. Is this good for you to have Checo strong? I mean, has he got a chance of hanging on to his driver if he carries on like this?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's his seat to lose. He's doing a great job. I mean, he qualified within 1/10 of a second yesterday, by far his best qualifying performance around here. And I think that you can see his confidence is growing. I thought his performance in the race again was very strong today. So, his second place of the year, and doing exactly what was needed of him.
Christian, it's Bernie. First of all, congratulations as well. But just I'll bring you in on an argument. Me and Damon are discussing whether the medium or the hard.
I was just listening about that.
What's your view on it? I wasn't going to tell you what our view was, so you couldn't side with your favourite. But now you're going to have to decide.
Well, it was interesting because I've not really spoken to the drivers after the race much, but speaking, certainly with Checo up, when they were doing their interviews there before the podium, he was saying, with hindsight, he would have perhaps preferred the 2 hard tires rather than the 2 sets of mediums to go into the race. So it seems like Checo was definitely on Team Bernie. But I haven't heard from Max yet. To be honest, I don't think there was that much in it. The circuit was a lot warmer today. That brought the cars into a different operating window, and the circuit just gets faster and faster, obviously, through the race.
And looking forward to China, not long to go until we go racing again. A sprint weekend at a circuit we haven't been to for 4 years. How do you feel about that, and what are the learnings?
Well, it's great to be racing back in China. It's a great track. It's a fast track, fast sweeping corners, a very, very long straight. It's brutal on the front left tire. That turn 1 just seems to go on forever and ever. So again, I think it's going to be an interesting challenge, and with the new sprint as well format as well this year, it's going to be another dynamic.
Christian, one more question on the pace of everyone else, because the grid was since September last year you had a big advantage, but this year they've closed up. Definitely, the pack's closed up. But for a tiny fraction, Checo might have been on pole position with Max, and there's tiny gaps now. Can you see them closing up this season in the next few races? Are you worried about the progress of the other teams?
Well, we've just achieved our third 1-2 finish of the year, so out of 4 races, so that's obviously the best start to the year. But you can see there is definitely convergence, and that's entirely normal when you've got stable regulations. We're now into the 3rd year of these regulations, and I'm sure that's only going to converge as this season goes on. So important for us to get points on the board early, yeah, we've managed to do that, and now head to China for the next challenge, which of course is the first sprint race of the year.
Well, congratulations, Christian. Thank you for your time. Try and get over the jet lag first, and look forward to China.
Thank you very much indeed.
Thanks for your company. OK, let's hear from Christian's drivers now.
Fred, congratulations on the podium there. I would say well-executed day for the team. How do you look with that?
Yeah, I think it was a good Sunday for the team, that tire management was under control, the pace was there, the strategy went well, the pit stop went well also. If we missed something this weekend, I think it's more yesterday that we have to do a better job in quali, but today it went very well.
Can we just reflect on how impressed you are with each driver? Charles pulling off that one stop, tyre management was incredible, and driver of the day, and then Carlos as well on the podium again. He's doing well, isn't he?
Both, they did a very good job. That we knew that the strategy and the race will be a bit different for Charles starting from P8, that he will have to manage the track position, and it's why we decided quite early into the race to go for this one. It went very well, and it worked very well because he was able to manage the tires in a proper way. It was perhaps not the optimum on clean air, but it was the optimum for him. And no, that we can be pleased with what they did, even what they did on track, because they were not on the same strategy. They didn't lose a single tenth on second between them, and it was the perfect job.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.